4 billion years ago, a cosmic migration began that would eventually populate our entire world. We have spent decades searching the stars for alien life, but the truth might be hiding in our own DNA. We are the extraterrestrials we have been looking for. For decades, humanity has pointed massive radio telescopes at the stars, desperately listening for a cosmic hello. We send golden records into the void and scan distant exoplanets for atmospheric anomalies, assuming that alien life is something completely separate from us. But there is a growing, incredibly credible scientific theory that completely flips this narrative on its head. It suggests that the genesis of human life did not happen in a warm little pond on Earth. Instead, our true origins might be traced back millions of years and millions of miles away. It is a concept that sounds straight out of a science fiction blockbuster, yet it is mathematically and chemically backed by some of the brightest minds in astrophysics. To understand how every single person watching this video might actually be an extraterrestrial, we have to rewind the clock 4 billion years and look at our neighbouring planet, which looked vastly different than the dusty red sphere we know today. Let me introduce you to a concept called Lithopanspermia. It is the scientific hypothesis that the basic building blocks of life, or even fully formed microorganisms, can hitchhike across the galaxy trapped inside space rocks. Think of an asteroid as a cosmic rideshare carrying microscopic passengers through the deadly vacuum of space until they crash land on a hospitable new world. For a long time, scientists dismissed this idea as pure fantasy. Space is a completely hostile environment filled with lethal cosmic radiation and freezing temperatures. Surely, nothing biological could survive an interstellar road trip. But then, researchers decided to test this exact scenario. On September 14, 2007, the European Space Agency launched a spacecraft carrying 3,000 dehydrated tardigrades, also known as water bears. These microscopic, indestructible little creatures were strapped to the outside of the ship and exposed directly to the sheer vacuum and deadly radiation of open space for 12 entire days. When the capsule returned to Earth, scientists expected a microscopic graveyard. Instead, the tardigrades just woke right back up, completely fine, and even started reproducing. They proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that biological organisms are more than capable of surviving a violent, freezing journey through the cosmos. But the theory of lithopanspermia would not have gained such massive mainstream traction if it were not for a single, unassuming rock. On the morning of December the 27th, 1984, a team of scientists led by Roberta Score was riding snowmobiles across the blinding white ice of Antarctica when they spotted something highly unusual. Sitting completely alone on the blue ice was a strange greenish-grey potato-shaped rock weighing just over 4 pounds. They bagged it, tagged it as ALH 84001 and sent it to the lab. It turned out this rock was a piece of Mars, blasted off the Martian surface by a massive asteroid impact 15 million years ago. That alone is incredible, but what they found inside the rock changed history. On August 7th, 1996, President Bill Clinton delivered a breathtaking, globally broadcast press conference from the White House lawn. He announced that NASA scientists had found microscopic fossils of Martian bacteria inside that exact rock. While the debate over whether those fossils were truly biological raged on for years, the sheer possibility sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It forced us to seriously ask if life could have started on Mars and migrated here. To answer that question, we have to look at what the solar system was actually like 4 billion years ago. If you could time travel back to the early days of our solar system, you would not want to visit Earth. During the Hadean Eon, our planet was quite literally a toxic, boiling hellscape. The oceans were scalding hot, there was zero oxygen in the atmosphere, and dry land was practically non-existent. It was the absolute worst possible place to try and spark the fragile chemistry of life. But Mars, early Mars, during the Noachian period, was a completely different story. It was a temperate, watery paradise with abundant dry land and the exact mineral catalysts required to assemble RNA, the precursor to DNA. The chemical recipe for life practically demanded the exact environment that early Mars provided, an environment that early Earth completely lacked. If you are fascinated by these massive cosmic mysteries and want to keep exploring the universe with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Because when you put all these pieces together, the habitable conditions of early Mars, the survival skills of tardigrades, and the constant exchange of meteorites between our planets, a terrifyingly logical conclusion begins to emerge. Here is the massive twist that completely shatters our understanding of human history. Life did not miraculously overcome the impossible toxic conditions of early Earth. It did not have to. The spark of life happened on Mars, where the conditions were absolutely perfect for single-celled organisms to thrive and multiply. For millions of years, these Martian microbes lived peacefully on their watery red planet. Then, the apocalypse arrived. A cataclysmic asteroid slammed into the Martian surface with unimaginable force, instantly ejecting billions of tons of rock and water out into the cold vacuum of space. Hidden deep inside those ejected rocks were the hardy, microscopic ancestors of all biological life. They drifted through the dark void of the solar system for thousands, maybe millions of years, locked in a deep freeze, until they were caught in the gravitational pull of a cooling, newly hospitable blue planet. They crashed into Earth's primordial oceans, thawed out, and got to work. We are not just looking for aliens, we are looking for our ancestors. This means that the story of evolution, from the first single-celled organisms to the dinosaurs and eventually human civilization, is actually just the second chapter of our biological history. The first chapter was written entirely on another planet. When we send rovers to Mars today to drill into those dry, dusty riverbeds, we aren't just doing scientific exploration. We are conducting deep space archaeology on our own ancestral homeland. We are looking for our microscopic great-grandparents. This completely reframes our place in the universe. We have spent so much time gazing up at the stars, feeling incredibly small and isolated, wondering if we are alone in the dark. We have desperately searched for any sign of extraterrestrial intelligence, waiting for a signal from the cosmos to validate our existence. But if the theory of Lithopanspermia is correct, we are the very extraterrestrials we have been searching for. The biological payload that seeded this planet survived an apocalyptic impact, the freezing vacuum of space, and a fiery atmospheric re-entry, all so that billions of years later, you could be sitting here thinking about it. It is a journey that spans millions of miles and billions of years, and it suggests that we didn't just appear on Earth, we arrived here as cosmic hitchhikers. And the cosmic connections just keep getting weirder. Did you know that over 270 confirmed Martian meteorites have been found on Earth so far? Scientists estimate that roughly 1 billion tons of Martian rock have been transferred to Earth over the history of our solar system. That is a massive amount of material moving between worlds. Even wilder, the process works both ways. Large asteroid impacts on Earth have likely sent terrestrial life out toward the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. We have literally found amino acids, which are the basic building blocks of proteins, inside meteorites that are actually older than the solar system itself. The universe isn't just empty space. It functions like a massive, incredibly busy biological highway. It is constantly trading the ingredients for life across billions of miles of absolute nothingness, turning the solar system into one giant, interconnected laboratory. It makes you wonder what else is out there, drifting through the dark, waiting for a place to land. So, the next time you step outside on a clear night and look up at that glowing red dot of Mars, try not to think of it as a dead, dusty wasteland. Think of it as a planetary graveyard, the birthplace of your oldest ancestors. The ultimate answer to the Fermi paradox might simply be a case of mistaken identity. We haven't met the aliens yet because we are the survivors of a ruined world, hitchhikers who colonized a new planet and simply forgot where we came from. If you want to keep unraveling the greatest mysteries of our existence with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Because the truth is, the call is coming from inside the house. We are the alien invaders, and Earth is just our most successful colony. We didn't originate here. We conquered this world through sheer biological persistence. It is a perspective that changes everything about how we see ourselves and our future among the stars. It is a lot to wrap your head around, but I want to hear your thoughts. If we truly are the descendants of Martian microbes, does that change how you view our place in the universe? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and exploring this cosmic mystery with me. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science that shapes our world. Remember, keep your eyes on the stars, because you never know when you might just be looking in the mirror. I will see you in the next one.